You're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast, the #1 rated robot-related podcast in northeastern Ontario.
Hello and welcome to episode 193 of the Rusted Robot Podcast for Sunday, March 25th, 2018. I'm your host, Sean.
Kitty.
Tired Josh.
All right, and here we are to entertain you at the end of March. We've got a very exciting episode ahead of us. We're going to be playing some trailers. They have bad words in them, so we're just going to warn you at the beginning of the episode that...
Here there be cussing?
Yeah, we won't be cussing, but there are some bad words in the trailers that we will play later on in the episode. So you've been warned. So, how's everybody's week been?
Really? I just got home from work yesterday.
You got home from work this morning from yesterday's work.
Yes.
So you had a 24-hour shift.
I started at 7:30. You got me at 10. So that's a 27-hour day.
27-hour day. Nice. All right. And you? How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah? Everything's fine? Everything's copacetic?
Most things are good, yes.
Good. That's awesome.
I'm full of lies on this podcast.
She is.
Yeah,
terrible lies.
That's because she went
Tobogganing, and it was fantastic.
but she hurt her butt.
Injured myself severely.
She broke her butt.
Yeah.
Which I also did about a dozen years ago, and I know what that's like. Not fun.
Yeah, well, it's not horrible.
It's not great.
Well, no.
You can barely lean forward on the couch.
Yeah. I also can't lean backward. Or just rapidly. No rapid leaning.
No rapid leaning on the podcast.
Yes.
All right. And I am so tired of spring. This is, or winter, or whatever the heck this is. We're just not getting warm weather. And nothing's melting. And it's very sad.
No,
Everything's melting. You can see the pavement already, and it's only March. That's amazing for Timmins.
It's been the longest winter on record. It seems like it's been 74 months.
No. How long have you lived here?
15 years as of this week.
Okay, do you remember how just a little while ago we had like snow in the summer?
Yeah.
And it was snowing the day of the Northern Ontario Expo last year?
Probably. That was last year. I don't remember.
That was in May.
Right. And this year's Northern Ontario Expo...
It's in April.
It's 4 weeks away. The Rusted Robot Podcast Rivet mascot guy checked his shadow this morning, saw it was 4 weeks away, and it's very exciting.
Yeah. April 21st and 22nd at the McIntyre Arena within the curling arena this year.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it's going to be epic.
And it might still snow, but the point is fun will be had by all.
Fun will be had by all, because who are we having? This year we're going to have...
Chris Holden Reed.
Paul Amos, Brampton Batman.
Yes.
What are you?
I'm Batman. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
1989 Batmobile. It's going to be fantastic.
We're going to have some featured artists.
Sharon Gauthier.
Yeah.
Andrew Thomas.
Yes.
Writer of Ark of the Great White North, Davis Dewsbury.
Not David.
Davis.
Davis. Yes.
He is local to Timmins.
He is local to Timmins. He's a good guy.
He is.
He's been on the podcast before.
This is Davis Dewsbury, the writer of Ark of the Great White North, and you're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast.
We're also having special guest artist Terry Huddleston, not Tom Hiddleston, who plays Loki, but this is Terry Huddleston.
He looks amazing.
He does a lot of good work.
In his profile picture on the Northern Ontario Expo website, he is wearing a shirt that looks like the background, so he just looks like a floating head and arms.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's fantastic.
Yes. So it's going to be epic. We're all very excited about it. I can't wait. You know what I did last night, which was Friday, because we're recording this Saturday morning? I went out with the Timmins Klingons group. We went to Osaka Sushi.
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn, yes, that's the name of the Klingon group. It was Karen and Peter, and we went out to Osaka Sushi, where we had sushi. Can you believe it?
Yes.
Yes.
I too have once consumed sushi.
And it was good, and it was delicious, and we took pictures. And then we picked up Thomas, and we went to Compass Brewing on Riverside Drive, which opened 2 weeks ago. And we had a tour of the actual brewing facility, which was quite epic. It's awesome. It looks like the interior of a J.J. Abrams engine room.
Oh, that's cool.
From the new Star Trek series of movies.
A bunch of lights at eye level?
No, there was no lens flares, but there were a lot of brewing apparatus type devices. I don't know the names of the things, but they were there, and they were shiny, and it was awesome. And we had a tour, and we had some beer, and it was great. And I handed out podcast cards to the people behind the counter who work at Compass Brewing, and they're going to listen to the podcast, and it was great. I had a lot of fun.
Okay.
So I'm sorry you missed it. You need to get your head ridges on.
I don't like beer.
I don't like beer either, but I had some beer because I'm up for new things. I had weird kinds of sushi at the Osaka restaurant. I tried red snapper and it was disgusting, and I almost puked it out.
What?
But everything else was okay.
I don't mind red snapper.
Or maybe it was white snapper. It was snapper of some kind, and it tasted way too fishy. Everything else was okay though.
I really liked the food at Osaka Sushi.
Yeah, it was good. Tried some green tea ice cream, which was weird, but okay.
It tastes chalky to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
The red bean is much better. You should try the red bean.
We had that as well. We had both.
Yeah, red bean is much better.
And it was
than the
good. It
green
was
tea.
tasted like strawberries.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I really enjoy the food there, but I can't stay there.
No?
Something about the lights gives me a migraine.
Oh.
But I really like the food.
Yeah.
I just can't
Yeah.
stay.
We usually just pre-order and then pick it up and then walk home and then eat it.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yes.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah.
So that was my evening last night. Today, Renee and I are going to probably see Pacific Rim Uprising.
That sounds like fun.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I'm sorry you guys can't come. Josh has to go back to work and do some more drywall.
Yeah.
Sanding and plastering and painting and stuff.
Oh yes, very fun.
All the good stuff.
I think I'm gonna take a nap first though.
Probably not a bad idea.
Don't you know you do your best work when you're completely exhausted, though?
Yes. It's when you're paying the most attention to detail.
Ah, that's true of me. Is it true of you, too?
No,
That
God's no.
doesn't sound realistic at all. But, okay, so we were just talking about Timmins Klingons,
Yes.
who are having a rumpus
Ah, yes, the Klingon rumpus.
the same evening weekend of the Northern Ontario Comic-Con Timmins event,
Yes.
which is exciting. I've got here an entire list of all the Northern Ontario Comic-Con Fan Expo type things.
Are they all taking place in Ontario?
Yes, that's why they're all Northern Ontario Expos.
Ooh.
Fan X's, Comic-Cons, Geek Fests, whatever you want to call
Conventions?
them. Conventions. There you go. What are they, Josh? Conventions. All right. So I've got the entire list here, which I will read to our listeners.
Are there any pros at these cons?
There just may be. You don't know. That's probably for the nightlife. But, okay, so we've got Comic-Con Timmins here in Timmins, April 21st and 22nd.
Okay.
Which is very exciting. We all know about that.
Yep.
That one is the first of the year.
The first of the year, that's right. After that, we have Joy-Con. Have you heard of Joy-Con?
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
Well, it's in Dryden, and it takes place May 26th and 27th.
What does it consist of?
I have no idea.
Joy?
Joy. Lots of joy. It's going to be very exciting. Why don't you tell us, Josh? Why don't you look up Joy-Con?
That's what I'm doing, because you didn't bother looking these things up.
I was just getting the dates so that our listeners know where they're traveling around the country this year.
Dryden, you said?
Dryden.
Alright, Joy-Con Dryden.
That's May?
That's May 26th and 27th in Dryden, Ontario.
It's the Ontario's happiest little charity pop culture fandom convention ever.
So it is full of joy. Pop culture joy.
Yep.
And it's for charity? That's pretty cool.
There's tournaments, there's retro arcade games, retro video games in general, a virtual reality den, cosplay costume contest. Schedule is yet to be announced as to what's happening,
Okay.
but, you know.
Lots of cool events.
Yeah, lots of cool events. This looks pretty cool.
Yeah. So after we do the Northern Ontario Expo Comic-Con Timmins, we're going to fly over to Dryden in May for that. Then on June 9th in Sudbury, we have Graphicon.
Okay.
Have you been to Graphicon before?
I have not been to Graphicon.
I have not either. I'm hoping to go this year. It sounds very exciting.
That's June 9th?
That is June 9th in Sudbury.
Graphic Con.
Graphicon. I know the Klingons went there last year. Graphicon Sudbury Arena.
It's a non-profit, fun, affordable convention in Northern Ontario hosted by the Sudbury Public Library. Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Library's putting that one on.
Graphicon.com. Guests are going to be announced soon. Exhibitors are coming soon. There is going to be a cosplay contest. Lots of vendors. They're looking for volunteers. There's a survival guide on their website about how to survive the con, which is awesome. Their artists are coming soon. But about Graphicon, it is a non-profit event hosted annually by the Greater Sudbury Public Library and Launchpad Creative. The event aims to inspire fans of art, literacy, and history through graphic novels, comic books, anime, and other cultural mediums. Other benefactors include tourism in the north, local economics, and internal community perception. So that's very exciting. They have a lot of information on the website. It's very colorful, and it looks awesome. They're always looking for sponsors, so check them out, graphicon.com. And then the next convention that we have to go to after that is a little something in North Bay, October 20th, called Gateway Fan X.
So,
Gateway.
Gateway, because North Bay is the gateway to the north.
Ah.
so they don't have a website,
Okay.
but they have a Facebook page.
And what does that tell us?
I don't know.
Why not?
I don't have Facebook.
Oh, right. You do not have Facebook. I will now look on my phone.
Gateway Fan X. I got limited view on it.
All right. Well, I have a perfectly good view here. I am at the Facebook page for Gateway Fan X, and it tells me that they've shared a lot of stuff here, which is awesome. The Klingon Rumpus is something that they shared. They shared the loss of Stephen Hawking. They're pretty active here on their Facebook page, which is great, and a lot of different links to different things, some Stan Lee stuff. I would just suggest going to the Facebook page for Gateway Fan X, and they are scheduled to have an expo or a convention October 20th, and I would love to be there for that. And then the final one that I have listed here for the year is in Thunder Bay, and it's called ThunderCon, and it's October 27th and 28th. Can you tell us anything about that one, Josh?
Alright, so ThunderCon. Looks like they got a few guests this year.
A few guests?
Yeah, so they got Paul McGillen.
Yes, that was the Scottish doctor, scientist guy from Stargate Atlantis.
That's correct.
Yes, he's awesome.
As well as
I love him.
Supernatural, Sanctuary, and a few other shows.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Starlin.
Who's that?
He's a comic book artist. He's done work on Marvel's Thanos, DC's Darkseid, Epic Dreadstar, and many more.
Nice.
Brian Murr, a film artist and sculptor, known for his works on Star Wars, Aliens, Princess Bride, Harry Potter. One of the guys behind the camera,
That's pretty
as
cool.
they say.
Okay. And you can find all this information, of course, on their website, which is thundercon.org. And
And that's at the Valhalla Inn in Thunder Bay.
yeah, which is very exciting. I would love to get out there. I know the Klingons went there last year, but I wasn't able to make it. They actually got to meet the holographic Dr. Robert Picardo last year.
Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
If you ever go, are you going to dress up like Lion-O?
I would love to dress up like Lionel.
Are you going to swing around the Sword of Omens and say Thunder,
Thunder.
ThunderCon?
Oh, yes, I would. I would totally do that. That sounds like something I would do.
Because they get money for their sponsors. So they're sponsored by Halfway Motors, Valhalla Inn, Chasing Atlantis. I don't know what that is. Kathy McDonald, just a person.
Oh, nice.
Laughing Fox Writers,
Okay.
La Pointe, Bay Credit Union.
So lots of different sponsors.
Yeah, a lot. They got a lot of.
Right on.
It's good to see the community getting involved.
It's great. Yes, it's always good to have a community involved in the Geek Fests.
You can always tell the community is more interesting when they support the local conventions.
Well, yes, exactly. That's right. So just to recap the list of conventions for the year, we've got Comic-Con Timmins here in Timmins, April 21st and 22nd. We have Joy-Con in Dryden, May 26th and 27th. We have Graphicon in Sudbury on June 9th. We have Gateway Fan X in North Bay, October 20th. And ThunderCon in Thunder Bay, October 27th and 28th. I don't know how many of these I can get to. I would love to have a booth for the podcast at each and every one.
A couple of them wouldn't be too hard to get to.
We could get to the Sudbury one pretty easily. That's only 3 hours from here.
Yeah.
North Bay is only 4 hours from here. Thunder Bay, however, is 9 hours away, and Dryden's even further away because that's past Thunder Bay. But
That's not that bad.
that's not that bad. Stranger things have happened. I'm sure we can make an appearance.
It's a great show.
What?
Stranger Things.
Yes, yes, it is. Good call there. All right, so we've talked about all the fun, happy times here in Northern Ontario. Speaking of things that are northern, got some sad news. We lost this past week the last Northern White Rhino.
Male.
The male.
Because there's 2 females left.
Yes, there are 2 females left.
With which we could have cloning.
Cloning would be awesome.
Also, this species cannot be declared extinct if there's at least one female.
Right.
Is that because of cloning?
So, I'm just going to read this. The world's last male Northern White Rhino has died at age 45. Sudan passed away yesterday due to age-related complications. This was like last week. He was euthanized as his condition left him unable to even stand. The rhino had been part of a conscious effort to save the species from extinction. But despite these attempts, there has been no success, leaving just 2 white female rhinos left, ever. During his final years, Sudan came back to Africa and stole the heart of many with his dignity and strength. R.I.P. Sudan. That was posted this past Tuesday. So, there are 2 females left, but they couldn't get the breeding program to go.
Probably because people had to follow him around as armed guards at like a fairly close range to keep him protected.
I don't know. I don't know the details of this. It's sad, nonetheless.
Yeah, it was a thing. He had bodyguards.
Really, eh?
Yep.
What do you think, Josh?
No, it's sad and depressing. Doesn't have very much to do with pop culture. Very wondering why you brought this up.
Because it's sad, and Sean loves sad things on his podcasts.
And we here at the Rusted Robot podcast are fervent environmentalists. We're always trying to reduce our carbon footprint. This has to do with environment and nature.
Well,
I like the cloning aspect.
Yes.
I say we clone! Clone!
Send in the
I
clones.
say we do not.
Why?
Because the species clearly failed.
Yeah, but I just like the idea of cloning something, and if you're going to use anything to get the okay go-ahead for cloning, this would be the thing to do it with.
Nah.
They clone
Dinosaurs.
sheep! We have so many all sheep look the same! Like, not all sheep look the same, but all sheep look basically the same.
That's
you got
racist.
one sheep, you got all the sheep.
That's,
All the sheep are the same sheep.
that's specious.
It's speciest?
Yes, it's like racism. with sheep.
No. But like, they're all 4-legged, you got wool, they all got ears.
Yeah, but all rhinos look the same.
Yeah. I just want clones, okay? I want them to bring back a mammoth so I can ride it around and name it Berta. It'll be great. Fun will be had by me, probably me alone.
Not the mammoth, that's for sure.
Yeah, just me, just my happiness.
That's what it's all about?
That's what everything is about.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to know why, send $1 to Jump City.
What is Jump City?
Jump City's a comic book store here in Timmins at 38 Pine Street North.
Really?
Yes.
Why do you care about this place?
I care about it because I am one of the owners and my happiness reigns supreme.
So, you are telling me, here on the podcast, live and in person, that you are co-owner of Jump City Comic Books, the only comic book shop in Timmins.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty great. We don't just have comic books, too.
What? You sell more than comic books?
Yeah, there's comic books, there's trade paperbacks, otherwise known as graphic novels.
Does that have anything to do with manga? Is that similar?
Actually, we do have manga, but technically it's different.
Is it different from
Yeah.
graphic novels?
Yeah.
Look for the direction you read it.
Yeah.
Because that's backwards, right?
Well, all of manga is written from right to left instead of left to right.
Yeah.
And it's because they can translate it,
Oh.
but they can't swap where the pictures are on the page because then it will screw up the format of the thing. Like, unless you were to mirror image it, and then it wouldn't be the same anymore.
Okay.
It's just too much work to mirror image it instead of just translating it.
You know what?
And it's not overly hard just to read backwards.
Okay. I'll go with that. I do recall seeing something on Facebook about Jump City in the last couple of days. There was some kind of weird Deadpool statue that you were selling?
Yes.
How big was this thing?
If Damien, my 10-year-old, or 9-year-old boy, were to curl up into a ball, he would have been about the same size. And he's about the same weight.
So it was heavy and it was fairly big.
28 kilograms.
Okay, so that's like 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was it made out of?
Polystone.
Okay. And so it was about 1.5 feet high?
It was closer to like 2 feet.
Really?
Yeah.
And I saw that it was sold actually.
Yeah.
And it was $1,200?
Yeah.
Who bought this thing? Just some guy?
One of our customers.
Yeah.
He is a loyal patron of my happiness.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually worth a lot more than what we were asking for it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was, it's going, like,
The basic version.
the basic version, which is regular, kind of gaudy painted, like it's painted with all of its regular colors.
Okay. Because this looked bronze.
Yes, this one, the person who we knew that we were selling on consignment for.
Oh, so this is an older thing.
Yes, which is also part of the reason why it's harder to find.
Ah.
It's also from, I think, the UK.
Okay. So it was a consignment special because you will take people's stuff and sell it on their behalf for a slight commission.
Sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Not everything.
Sometimes we don't have enough space.
Yeah.
So it always needs to fit our niche.
Mhm.
And if it's well outside a price range that we can guarantee a sale for, then we don't always do it too. Because it has to be something that we know we can sell.
Right, of course.
Anyway, so this statue was custom painted bronze by the creators because the gent who we know is friends with the people who creates them.
Oh,
This one is like it's like one of a kind,
okay.
and they're selling for, I think it's £1,600.
That's like 2,800 Canadian.
It's like 3,400 and something.
Yeah, lots.
Yeah, dollars. But like, we only asked 1,200 for it, and it's gone. It's gone already.
That's sad.
Yeah, it was
But-
fun to put together.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
That's cool. And Josh, last week,
Yes.
you borrowed my microphone.
I did.
Okay, because you want to start a new podcast of your own.
I am getting ready. It's going to take a while to get some of the stuff recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell us about it. Is it anything like the other podcast I do, the Soul Forge podcast? SoulForgePodcast.com?
Welcome to the Soul Forge.
No. This is... So we all have little stories, right?
We do.
So me and my friends were out doing this thing this time, and this crazy thing happened, and nobody would believe it, but it happened, and we ran away and whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Those
Yeah.
kind of stories,
Right.
right?
We all have them.
Little personal anecdotes that are funny, you like to tell them, but then they go away.
Because people die, the stories fall apart.
Some
they're
people just
forgotten.
forget the stories.
Right.
So, my grandma is very sick, which prompted this idea in the first place. And then she got real sick, so I'm like, well, no, I gotta do it. I have to do it. So, I'm going to be recording old people's personal stories, the parts that belong to just them.
Yeah.
Happy anecdotes, sad anecdotes, the little history of each person.
It's a good idea.
And that's what I'm going to be calling it. Little histories.
Nice. I like it.
Rather than the big scale of grandiose,
Mm-hmm.
what happened here at this time? So, yeah. I'm lining up, hate to say it this way, but I'm lining up several old people
Yeah. Okay.
to get their stories before they're gone.
Right.
First on my list is my grandma because, well, she's sick. I want my kids to be able to hear her stories. There's a great one about a cow, but I won't give any more away.
have to
That
hear
is a
that.
good story. I've heard it.
You'll have to hear that on littlehistories.com.
Yeah. I am a ways away because I don't know if I'm going to take a bunch of stories themed together from different old people
Yeah.
and put them together as one episode, or if I'm going to go grandma, this gentleman, this lady, this gentleman.
If it were up to me, the way I would do it is just have each episode one person. And then after you've
Also,
done...
if you do it that way, you can release it faster.
Yes. And
Yeah, but I know that there's going to be a lot of editing.
of course. Yes.
Right. So, if I'm going to be editing that much anyways, I can title each segment. This is like post-production stuff that really doesn't need to be on the podcast.
But
I'll
it's-
put it there anyways.
But it's interesting.
So I can go, okay, this story here, after removing all the ums, ahs, and out of it, is a funny story about this genre. And I just save those in a file, and I can pull those together as one thing.
Or what I would do, if I were you, is I would have each episode just be the one person, write down in like your own notes what they talked about topic-wise, and then after, say, 50 or 100 episodes, you could do a bunch of special bonus episodes where you take 7 or 8 different people where they talked about a theme and make that an episode itself.
A recap episode.
Yeah.
Everybody knows those ones are always the best.
So, that's horrible. I'm not going to do that.
What about all the Saved by the Bell recap episodes?
Yeah, no.
Where they just play the absolute best part.
Yeah, no.
But that could be like a thing that introduces new listeners to your podcast after it's been running for a few years. There's all kinds of things you can do.
Well, I'm thinking of breaking it into, like, production seasons.
Oh.
Because it's going to take a lot of wading through each person, right?
Right, of course.
Because there's going to be 2-3 days of sit-down interview,
Mm-hmm.
and that's going to take a while to get around to, and then editing and it's a lot.
It is a lot.
So yeah, I'm seeing what I can do.
Okay, well that's good. I'm looking forward to hearing it when it comes out.
Yeah, it's going to be a ways off,
Yes,
but yeah,
but it's an idea. and it's coming to fruition because you now have the microphone.
Yeah.
And now you just have to set up some interviews, and it's going to be great.
Because my iPhone doesn't have a jack anymore. Because
iPhone
you
7.
don't need a jack.
Apparently not.
No.
Yes, you do.
Apparently not. So I'm going to use a gator clip to hold it up.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, so it'll be a little standy.
Right on.
A gator clip?
Not a gator clip, a binder clip.
Ah.
And it's going to be great. And speaking of interviews with people, I had a nice chat with Paul Wright, known as Furbob, my former co-host on the Sci-Fi Waffle podcast. We recorded episode 42 of the Soul Forge podcast. You know what we talked about?
What's that?
Life, the universe, and everything, because that's number 42.
Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
And it's going to be a 42 episode, so it's going to be awesome. It's coming out next Thursday.
Okay.
Last Thursday, I had the interview episode that came out with Kine Corder.
Yep.
All about fame and money and finances and love and stuff. It was great, too.
How is he doing?
Paul is doing great.
Excellent.
Yes. You know what else is great?
What's that?
All the trailers that we watched today.
They are pretty good trailers.
Yes, they are. Which one do you think we should talk about first?
Let's talk about the least interesting one, Terminal.
Okay, let's play the Terminal trailer right here.
There is a place like no other on Earth. A land full of wonder, mystery, and danger. Some say to survive it, you need to be as mad as a hatter. Which luckily, I am.
And that stars Simon Pegg and Margot Robbie and Mike Myers.
Yeah,
We're all very funny people. It does not look funny.
That's just a teaser trailer about a minute long, and I have no idea what it's about.
Alice in Wonderland something.
Yeah, something about being mad as a hatter and going down the rabbit hole and stuff.
Yep.
I don't really care about Alice in Wonderland.
Is it really Alice in Wonderland, or is it themed on Alice in Wonderland?
I don't know, I don't care.
Because The Matrix is technically themed on Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, but I like The Matrix.
Maybe you'll like this. And it's got Margot Robbie, who played Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad, on it.
That is not a bonus.
Okay, she played Tonya Harding in I, Tonya.
I haven't seen that yet.
Neither have I.
Like, I don't know her career very well. She's an okay actor from what I can see.
She's pretty.
And that's the reason why people go to see things.
You're judging things by the cover, man.
There's a lot of people who judge things by cover.
Yes.
It's really pretty sad.
Yes.
Anyways.
I was just saying she's pretty. I wasn't judging the film by her looks, because I wouldn't do that. Anyway, are we going to be interested in this film? Do we want to see another trailer?
We need to see another trailer. We need to see a trailer with some sort of story
I don't know.
explainer. Because like if you did give us like more trailers like this where it's not anything, I guarantee you it's not going to get much draw because people are like, well, what is it? I don't know what it is. I don't understand.
Yeah, and it comes out like May 11th or something, didn't it say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
So we got time for her.
I think I'm Alice in Wonderland out.
Are you?
There's too much. Like, I like Disney's Alice in Wonderland.
The one with Johnny Depp?
No.
No. I haven't seen that. I don't like Johnny Depp. I don't care for him at all.
I like Johnny Depp. He's crazy. He's a crazy person.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like him as the Mad Hatter scared the crud out of me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't like it. His eyelashes are weird. But do you remember that weird, what was it, UK filmed short series, like the mini series that was playing on TV?
Nope, don't remember that at all.
What was it called? Something Alice?
Almost Alice?
No.
No, it has something else.
Yeah, I remember what it is. I don't remember.
It had the boy, I think he was supposed to be the Mad Hatter, and he was from that,
He was also on the Primeval.
Primeval, yeah. And I liked him a lot. And I like him a lot in this show, too, where he plays a slightly more serious person. I don't remember what it was called, but that one was worth watching.
Okay. But mostly you're pretty much done with Alice in Wonderland stuff.
Yeah, it's just like every so many, like, video games is Alice in Wonderland themed.
You're seeing it a lot more than I
That's
am.
probably what it is. There's like 3 different mangas that are based on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One looks okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
Huh.
It's called Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Imagine that.
Big surprise.
Yeah, surprise. All right, so Terminal. Maybe we'll see it, maybe we won't. Maybe we don't care. Okay, what's the next one we should talk about?
Tag.
Yeah, all right.
Tag looks amazing.
Let's play the trailer for it here, and remember that there is some language that may not be appropriate for children.
Yep.
Tag.
Hey guys, it's Jeremy Renner. I want to introduce the trailer to a movie called Tag. I'm in the middle of playing the game right now, so... God!
Susan, you take Jerry to be your husband.
What's the difference between Episcopalian and Lutheran?
Episcopalians don't eat fish.
That's pescatarian. That's not a religion.
They're all fanatics. I don't know. You may kiss the bride.
I love you.
Please tell me what's going on here.
Our group of friends has been playing the same game of tag for 30 years.
What?
For the entire month of May, every year we play tag.
You got me.
You never know when someone's gonna pop up.
Congratulations, buddy. You're in.
Doing great, Anna. Our buddy Jerry is the best that ever played, and now he wants to retire.
Never been tagged. Just saying.
So who's it?
You can't touch this. This is the year we get Jerry. You can't touch this.
Synchronize your watches.
I don't know how to do that. I don't wear a watch.
Time is a construct.
Some couples go on cruises, some couples go camping, some couples go to strip clubs and have gangbangs. And this is just what we love. This is our gangbang.
Wow. Seems like the game has really kept you guys connected.
All right. So good to see you. Come on. It's been a while since we've done this.
This game has given us a reason to be in each other's lives.
I think your dad would have really wanted you to be. Yeah.
Get up! I'm gonna keep on trying.
Eat
my dick. Balls.
But ice cream.
What?
He knows I'm lactose intolerant. He's taunting me.
Don't you know I'm gonna make you my daddy?
So that looks funny. Jeremy Renner is awesome.
It does look amazing.
Based on a real story. Yeah, 30 years of playing tag.
Yeah. It just looks funny.
It does look funny.
It's probably one of those mostly comedy things that has that weird heartwarming moment that makes you want to cry at some point because friends staying together, blah, blah, blah.
Because it's not really genre specific to us, but you brought it up, and I was like, I don't know if we're going to talk about this, but it was hilarious.
It looks amazing.
Well, comedy is part of it. Comedy is part of pop culture.
It is.
It's like, how did you communicate mostly as a teenager?
Movie quotes.
Movie quotes.
There's something out there waiting for us, and it ain't no man.
I'd buy that for $1. 69, dudes!
My daddy is coming home on July 14th. My birthday is July 14th. I'm gonna see my daddy for the first time ever on July 14th.
Going to eat your brains and gain your knowledge.
Get your ass to Moss.
And so, like, comedy's big.
It is.
It influences the way we think. So,
Like The Simpsons.
like Monty Python.
Monty Python, yes.
The entire Monty Python catalog is coming to Netflix soon. Did you know about that?
I did not know about that. That is fantastic.
That's coming soon. I don't know the
Don't
exact
we
date.
own most of it and you never watch it?
No. We own most of it, and I've watched it several times.
Oh, okay. Well, I never get to watch it.
It's right there.
I know.
Pick it up. Meaning of Life.
Pick it up, put it in the DVD player, and watch
Isn't
it.
Meaning of Life the one that you dislike the most?
No,
Or no,
it's
that's Life of Brian. That's right, never mind.
I don't like Life of Brian. I don't know why.
It's funny.
But Tag looks like something you'd like.
It looks hilarious.
It does.
And I'm going to go see it at theaters.
It's that good, you think?
Yep.
Wow.
I'd go and see it in theater.
Yeah?
We've managed to stay in contact with a lot of our friends from high school because we meet once a week to play a game.
What kind of game?
Dungeons and Dragons.
You play Dungeons and Dragons?
Yep.
Oh.
We've been playing since I was 16.
Wow. Actually, you, for new listeners to the podcast, introduced me to Dungeons and Dragons at the beginning of 2015.
Yep.
And we played for what, about a year and a half, and then we stopped?
Were you playing D&D or were you playing Dead Rain?
I don't know what that is.
Dead Rain is the zombie RPG.
Is that the one we tried for a few sessions.
That's when we started, and then just everything fell apart.
Yeah, because everybody just disappeared, and Luke started working other places, and I don't know what happened to Dan. I haven't seen him in forever.
Editor's note. Later in the day after recording the podcast, Sean ran into Danny at the store.
He changed jobs.
It collapsed there, but yeah.
That's too bad. That was a really fun game. Yeah. We just let the chaos ensue.
Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it, and I've actually started a new D&D session with a group of guys every second Saturday for about the last 2 months. It's pretty good.
So what edition are they playing?
5th edition.
Oh, okay.
I know you don't like 5th edition.
I'm not against 5th edition as much as I was against 3.
Ah, okay.
3 is terrible.
Because what did we play, 2.5?
We played 2.
2, okay.
AD&D 2nd edition.
But that's because, like, we're used to it, and we have house rules that get us around all the difficult things. Like, we're just used to dealing with it, and we make Josh do all the THACO, so, you know, you don't have to be a math wizard because Josh is.
Right.
And I got all the books.
And it would be crazy for us to switch over now. But, for somebody who's brand new, 5th edition is a lot more similar to Palladium-style RPGs. They're a little easier to calculate, making a character significantly easier.
So you've been playing D&D since you were 16?
I've been playing RPGs since I was 16.
Okay, which is about 20 years.
A little over, yeah.
Okay, so you've been playing RPGs for 20 years. These guys have been playing tag for 30 years. Can you imagine doing that for 30 years? I think that sounds like a lot of fun.
They also only do it once a month.
Once a month, yeah.
No, they only do it for 1 month a year.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
1 month. That's even less than we play D&D.
Yeah.
We were up to 4 games a week at one point.
That's a lot of games.
That is too many games.
It's impossible to keep the story straight.
I can't even imagine how you would do that.
It was fun. We only did that for like a year.
Yeah, my maximum is pretty much 3.
Yeah, I
can
guess
keep 3 separate stories going in my head.
That's impressive talent.
Lately I'm down to 2. I can only play 2 games a week.
And I thought doing 2 podcasts a week was hard.
Well, when you're running a game, you have to think what you want the story to be about. You want trigger events, so this happens, then this happens, and this happens. You gotta find a way to get the players there.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to take into account the fact that no matter what you plan, the players are going to turn left.
Instead of right.
Yeah, they're always going to go the opposite direction you want them to go. So you have to make it so that the direction you want them to go is the opposite of the direction they think you want them to go.
Oh, so you had to do some reverse psychology.
Yes, but you can't let them know that you're doing this because they don't do it consciously.
Ah.
Players do not consciously go, I'm going against the story.
Okay.
They just go, ooh, shiny, and go off that way.
Yes, that's accurate.
So you gotta control the shiny.
Although a lot of the time Josh also just creates a world and decides what's happening in the world. And it doesn't matter what we're running around and doing, we'll interact with something that is part of the overall story.
Either way, playing an RPG is a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah, or it can be if you let yourself get into it.
And playing tag would be a lot of fun.
Playing tag would be a lot of fun. And you're going to go see this film in the theater if it comes here to Timmins.
Yep.
Awesome.
Can we get popcorn?
We can get popcorn.
All right.
Okay, so we watched one more trailer for this week. This has a lot of super extra duper strong language.
I don't think so. I think it's very soft, sensual language.
Yeah, hey?
Yeah.
Okay, well, why don't we let our listeners decide for themselves?
Don't let your children listen.
Don't let your children listen to this unless they've already gone on the internet without your permission. If you think this is an appropriate trailer for us to play on this podcast, you can email us, therustedrobot@gmail.com, and let us know, or just write your opinion on the Facebook page or the Facebook group. So here is now the next trailer for Deadpool 2.
Actually, that may have been me.
Oh, you're living the dreams, DP. Yeah. Devil may care attitude. Strong thighs. Beautiful girlfriend.
Sorry I'm late. I was rounding up all the gluten in the world and launching into space where it can't not hurt us ever again.
Kiss me like you miss me, Red.
What in the fuxicle is this?
My name's Cable. I'm here for the kid.
What? The kid?
Move or die.
kids give us a chance to be better than we used to be. He needs you.
You're a lot smarter than I look. I ain't letting Cable kill this kid. But I can't do this alone.
Can you speak up? It's hard to hear you with that pity dick in your mouth.
We're gonna form a super duper fucking group. We need them tough, morally flexible, and young enough to carry their own franchise for 10 to 12 years. We will be known as X-Force.
Isn't that a little derivative?
You're absolutely right. Now, let's go get our fuck on. Don't call it a comeback! I've been here for years. I'm rocking my fears, putting suckers in fear. Making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go. Tell me they got that in slow motion. Doing the right thing is messy. But if you want to fight for what's right, sometimes you have to fight dirty. And that is why Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants is pure pornography.
Oh, God, I wish I finished college.
It lives up to the hype, plus.
Fuck it, they probably won't even make it 3.
Yeah, why would they? Stop it, too. You killed it.
I think it's going to be awesome.
It's a theater movie.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
You have to go see it.
I like Deadpool. He's funny.
They're varying from the comics,
Yeah.
as he has a girlfriend, but that's fine.
Well, you have to have a love story.
No, you don't.
Well, if you want to bring in a diverse audience, there has to be some kind of love going on. Come on, honey, let's go see this comic book movie. Ugh, a comic book. But there's a love story. Okay. See, that's how it goes.
No.
That's an exact conversation.
No.
Right there.
I don't know. I watch Die Hard a lot.
Every Christmas.
Die Hard's a love story.
He's like protecting his family, but they don't get back together.
Spoiler alert.
Like they haven't seen Die Hard.
So.
No one could love that.
See, at the end of that one, they do get back together.
Yeah, but that one's
But
not.
at the end of the next one, they break up again.
Well, yeah, it's because they're not meant to be together. They're a terrible couple.
Yes.
Okay, well, what about Rambo? I watch Rambo all the time.
That's not a love
also
story.
a Christmas movie.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but like everywhere in the whole town, it's all covered in Christmas lights.
I don't remember.
I think that might have just been happenstance. I don't think they planned it that way. Just when they were doing the filming, there's Christmas lights
I
everywhere.
approve because I love the first Rambo film. That is an amazing movie.
It is, yeah.
I love it.
And there's no love story in that. It's just a really good movie.
Yeah, it is. And Deadpool 2 looks like a really good movie.
It does look like a really good movie.
Even though there is a love story in it.
Yeah, I'm just saying you don't need it to be there. You don't need any love story to be in a movie to make it a good movie.
No, you don't. But often the marketers or the studio will put in a love story because they think it'll appeal to a wider audience, is all I'm saying.
That's probably true.
Probably true.
They're
But
wrong.
I think we're all going to see this no matter what. Because everybody loved the first one, and this one introduces Cable. So that's cool.
Oh, I can't remember who they got to play Cable, but he looks like Cable.
He looks real good.
He really does. It's very weird.
Is it James Brolin or Josh Brolin?
I don't know the names of actors. I just know when he came on screen, I was like, oh my god, he looks like Cable.
So that's good. It's good when they have somebody who looks...
You know what he needs, though, is more pouches.
Who does?
More tiny pouches.
Cable?
Yeah.
Does he have a lot of pouches in the comic books?
In the 90s version, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The new one he has less because, having that many pouches is stupid. So he needs more of them, clearly.
There's nothing wrong with pockets or
I
pouches.
love pockets.
And I think we should bring back capes as a fashion statement as well.
I've already done that.
I don't see anybody else going around with capes.
Where's your cape, then?
I don't have one.
Don't you have one for mail delivery?
That's,
Is your poncho thing not considered a cape?
That's not really
It has a hood?
It's a raincoat.
Does it have arms?
No.
Capes don't have
No,
hoods.
it doesn't have arms. It's a cloak.
It's a cloak.
It has...
I'm sorry, it's a cloak. I've brought back cloaks.
Ah.
I'm not doing capes.
You're not doing capes. I think we
You
should
know
do
why?
capes with scepters.
Because you can pull up a cloak and cover your head.
Yeah.
And here up in the north, we need that.
This is true. Because it's cold up here.
It is cold up here.
Because this is the never-ending winter.
Yes.
Yes.
And cloaks are fairly easy. They're a semicircle of fabric and another piece sewn onto it, make a hood. Done.
Right. Yeah. I don't see a lot of either here in town.
I have two.
I don't see you wearing them. I see you wearing your jacket often.
Yep. One is my house cloak.
Oh, a house cloak.
And my other one is my cloak of visibility.
Oh, invisibility?
No, cloak of visibility.
Oh, because you can see it.
It's Hunter's Orange.
Ah, yes, right.
I wear it out hunting.
Okay, that makes sense.
I sprayed it down and then made it waterproof.
Oh, good idea.
He was never wet and accidentally killed my fish.
What?
He was using it in a very well ventilated area, but I guess the never wet settled on the water, and because it's repellent from water, it adhered itself to the fish.
Oh no.
And they were unable to touch the water anymore, and then they died.
So you waterproofed your fish. Wow.
Not intentionally.
It made it very hard to flush them, and I had to bury them instead.
You guys live a very interesting life, I must say. Wow. I don't even know what to say about that. I have no words.
We waterproof fish.
Okay. So.
Unintentionally. Like, they were really cool, and I would have liked them to continue living.
But since they couldn't breathe the water, they didn't continue living.
Yeah.
All right.
Poor
So,
fish.
yeah, okay. So this weekend is the release of Pacific Rim 2.
Yeah.
And Ready Player One comes out this weekend as well.
Does it?
Yes, it
thought
does.
it was next weekend.
No, apparently it's this weekend. Yeah.
Is that the one that looks like Tron?
That's the one with all the pop culture references, directed by Steven Spielberg.
Does it look like Tron?
Maybe.
Which one is the one that looks like Tron?
I don't know what you're talking about. Ready Player One has a lot of different pop culture things in it.
We see the Iron Giant running through.
We see the DeLorean.
Yeah, the DeLorean, I saw that.
Yeah, so that looks cool. Apparently, according to an article that I skimmed, Steven Spielberg could not get any Star Wars references into the film, even though he's great friends with George Lucas.
George Lucas doesn't control Star Wars.
I know, it's a very sad turn of events. It would have been even more epic with the Star Wars stuff in it.
Well, then they'd have to talk to Disney.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I guess they couldn't do it, so.
And then, Disney is very business savvy.
Yes.
And they would say, I'm sorry, we have purchased those rights. Would you like to purchase the right to put it in your film?
That's probably pretty much it.
We need $4.6 billion. We need to make our money back.
Yeah,
Well,
give.
Yeah.
It would be great. I could run Disney.
You should run Disney.
No, it sounds like too much work.
Well, you'd have a team of VPs, co-executive vice presidents, and so on.
Most of which would be idiots.
Yes, true.
What?
Idiots.
I wouldn't hire idiots. I prefer to fire idiots and run things myself. Run myself straight into the ground.
Yeah. Unfortunately, most movie execs are idiots. Because they want the sure thing, so... What's the formula that we can follow to make a great movie?
A lot of the time, those formulas work.
A lot of time they don't. Because they don't follow the formula of the movie, they follow the formula of the genre.
Well, in the Disney thing, they follow the thing. There's usually a dead or missing mom, and if there isn't, she dies in the movie.
Yeah, you can't have a parent interfering with the story events.
Most specifically, though, a mom. It's very sad.
It's because people feel when mothers die.
Talking about mothers in different shows, have you guys finished watching Jessica Jones?
No.
We're 2 episodes away.
Oh, okay. So I won't talk about any spoilers for Jessica Jones, but now Cheryl has watched the almost complete itinerary catalog of Netflix Marvel shows.
Okay.
But get the order that she did it in. Okay. So she first watched season 1 of Punisher, because I was watching it, and she hadn't watched any of them before. So she loved Punisher. So then I said Jessica Jones season 2 is coming out, so she watched Jessica Jones season 1. Didn't really like it. At least the first half was pretty crappy, she said, which I agree with. And then we started watching season 2, and when we weren't watching season 2 together, she watched all of Luke Cage, and she loved Luke Cage. And then we finished season 2 of Jessica Jones. Then she watched Defenders. Then she watched Iron Fist, which is her favorite. She loves Iron Fist the most.
Oh.
I knew you'd be disappointed in that. And she can't get into Daredevil at all. She hasn't watched any Daredevil. Just the first episode, and she didn't like it.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's backwards, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, everybody will agree with you that Daredevil's the best one. And, I really like Iron Fist.
So did I.
But it's not the best one.
It's up there, though. I thought it was great. Even if it's...
You thought it was great?
Oh, I thought... yeah. Oh, it was so awesome.
That pleases me on many levels.
It was fantastic.
Even watching it, I didn't hate watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But I like how dumb he is.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like their heroes to be, really clever, thought out well, say smart things.
He's like
you know,
a 12-year-old
They
boy.
want everybody to be like Batman or Superman, right?
Not this guy.
But this guy's like, I'm Danny Rand. I'm the immortal Iron Fist. Watch me do nothing with my Iron Fist
Yes.
because it's blocked by various things.
I need to center my chi.
Yeah, I love him.
When-
he's terrible
So,
and I love him.
When she started watching it, I said, now pay attention to how many times he says his name and what he is.
I love him. I love him so much. He's terrible. He's a terrible, terrible
The main
hero.
problem with that show is not I'm Danny Rand, the immortal Iron Fist part.
Are you Danny Rand or are you the Iron Fist? I'm both. I am the Iron Fist. I'm the Iron Fist. I am the Iron Fist. Protector of Kunlun. I'm the Iron Fist. But I'm Danny Rand. And I'm the Iron Fist. I'm the immortal Iron Fist. You what? I'm the immortal Iron Fist. Weapon of Kunlun.
What are you on, lithium?
Let's go, Ironclad.
It's Iron Fist.
I know.
Who? I'm the immortal Iron Fist.
No idea what an Iron Fist is. Sounds like a sex toy.
I have no problems with that.
Although that was great,
The
though, right?
naive, like, I'm just gonna say it. That's fine. All of that part is fine. What upsets me is the poor martial arts in a show where the guy is supposed to be the master of martial arts.
Apparently he's gone through more intense training for season 2.
He better have, because season 1 was terrible martial arts.
See, I don't care about that part. The story's great.
Yeah, we just want to watch him run around telling people, I'm the immortal Iron Fist. And they're like, do something. And he's like, I can't, I've been drugged.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, I'll bet you've been drugged, immortal Iron Fist. He's funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
It's like watching a train wreck.
In slow motion.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm the best. The dragon chose me. And then everybody can defeat him. Everybody. I bet the homeless guy could have knocked him out with that pita. It was so great.
So that's what's been happening in my world lately. So she really liked Iron Fist, and followed by Defenders as her second favorite.
Defenders just shows how bad of a character he is.
Yeah, well. Hopefully season 2, whenever it comes out, is much better.
That was great too, though, because like then he got locked up and tied to a chair, and Power Man, Luke Cage, sitting there and talking to him, and he's like, "Okay, so tell me about yourself," and he immediately is like, "I'm
the immortal
Iron Fist."
Yeah, if you haven't seen Iron Fist, you have to watch it because it's awesome, even if the fighting is bad. So.
Oh, and he talks about respect. No, he does talk about Kung Lung. There's this secret place that no one can ever know about, and I'm from there. It's called Kung Lung, and on a map, this is where it would be.
But it's one of the 7 cities of heaven, so.
Yeah, and he tells everybody because he just can't keep his mouth shut.
He's 12.
He's an adult 12-year-old. But I also really like how he won't stop telling people about
respect.
Yeah, he's talking about respect with Daughter of the Dragon, Colleen. So he's talking about respect with her, and then she's like, okay, whatever, I understand respect, I run a dojo, just don't touch my kids. And then one of the kids is like, just, goofing around because he's a kid, right? And she lets them kind of get away with certain things. She just wants to give them a safe place to train and learn. Mm-hmm. And then he walks in and immediately hits one of her kids and then starts prattling on about respect when she just told him, just don't touch my kids, respect my space, and I'll let you stay here. And he's like, F that, I'm going to go in, beat up your kids, and then also, I bought this place and now I'm your landlord.
Yes.
He's just like, you want to talk about respect? I own you and everything you do. He's such a giant douche.
There you go.
All right. I love it. It's great.
Yes, it is great. Okay, so now it's time for our continuing saga of the top 10 fictional robots that we love in pop culture. Number 7 on the list. Who do we have, Josh?
It's Johnny 5!
Counterfeit, facsimile, replica.
And where do we know him from?
From Short Circuit and Short Circuit 2.
Yes.
The 2 greatest 80s robot movies.
Johnny 5 is alive.
Yeah, so I'm going to get you two guys to talk about Johnny 5 because I've seen the films and it's fine and it's good, but I don't have they're good. I've watched them lots, but I don't have like a deep abiding love for them.
But Johnny 5, He's alive.
He's pretty cool. He's a cool robot.
No disassemble, Stephanie.
The first movie's about self-awareness, consciousness, and the moral obligation.
Which is epic and awesome. I love it.
The second movie is just a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's got a jewelry heist.
Los Lobos.
The Los Lobos.
It's got a very white Fisher Stevens playing an Indian character.
Yeah, that's so good.
That's an 80s racist kind of thing, so you have to forgive that. Well, I don't know if you have to forgive it, but you have to...
Is it even that bad?
No, it's not super offensive. Maybe it is if you are from India, but that's an artifact of the 80s. So ignore that and...
You could just...
watch it for the...
Imagine that he is a white guy that was raised there, because then he would still have the accent.
But they painted his face to look more brown.
I don't think they did.
Oh, they did.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
I thought he was just very tan.
Yeah, no. It's a slightly racist.
He was one of the
thing.
tannest hackers I had ever seen.
Yeah, he's pretty tan in Hackers as well.
Well, maybe then. But
He's a rich person, and in the 80s it was a thing to tan.
sure,
Like,
we'll go with that.
like a...
We'll just say he's a white guy raised in India who had a deep tan. Okay, so it wasn't racist
Which
at
you
all.
would if you lived in India.
Right, because it's hot there.
Because there's a lot of sunshine.
Yes, because
and
it's
it
near
makes
the
the
equator.
melanin raise in our skin.
Okay, all right. So
Well,
Johnny Five.
It also depends on where in India you live.
Mm.
Yeah, because if you're in the mountains, there's not much sun. But so
Wouldn't there be more sun? Because it'd be above the clouds?
I don't know.
It'd just be colder.
Do I look like a geographer or a
Yes.
geologist?
No. Geography and geology are two different subjects.
I know, but they both start with geo.
I know about rocks. I know about the place where we live. Ah.
Okay.
What kind of rocks you got there? I know that too.
So,
Oh no.
Johnny Five is alive.
Yes.
And he's number 7 on our list. of top
Johnny
10
Five is
fictional
number
robots.
7? Ah, my brain.
For anybody who hasn't watched them, go out and watch Short Circuit and Short Circuit 2. Watch them back to back, because that's the best way to watch them. Because you see the whole arc of Johnny Five, from his nascent beginning to his final citizenship. I'll give it away. He gets it. That's fine. Johnny Five is alive. It's a really good thing. And you'll laugh at his statistics. He's got something like 64K of RAM.
Yeah, not very much.
But he's absorbing books.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's pretty great.
Remember how believable it was when it first came out?
Well, because we didn't understand how much data was in a book.
Yeah, and now our phones have like more than Johnny Five ever had, and they're full all the time because of pictures.
Yep, pretty much. So that's cool. So that has been episode 180. No, not 189. 193 of the Rusted
Sure?
Robot podcast. I think so. I think it was 193.
All right.
We'll go with that. Next week is Easter, so we are not going to have episode 194 next week because you guys won't be there. I'm probably going to do a crossover episode with my brother and the Space Jam podcast, so that's just going to be a bonus episode.
All right. So let's throw that in the supplemental.
It'll be a supplemental, some kind. And the week after that, we will come back and do episode 194, which is very exciting. I'm sure we'll have lots of pop culture goodness to talk about and share with you guys. So, don't forget to like the Facebook page, join the Facebook group, listen to the Soul Forge podcast at soulforgepodcast.com or in iTunes. Stay tuned for Josh's podcast, coming soon to a podcast app near you within the next 5 years. And go to Jump City Comic Books for all your comic book and collectible needs. Check out all the conventions that we're having in the North this year. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for leaving a 5-star review. Thanks for being awesome. And remember, be excellent to each other. This has been another episode of the Rusted Robot Podcast. You can contact us by emailing therustedrobot@gmail.com or tweeting us at therustedrobot. Visit our website at therustedrobot.podbean.com. And, if you would, please check us out and like us on Facebook. A 5-star review in iTunes is appreciated. The Rusted Robot Podcast was written, produced, scored, edited, engineered, and directed by Sean Vanderloo. Your co-host was Josh Montney. Don't forget to visit Jump City Comics in the 101 Mall and listen to our other show, the Soul Forge Podcast. Visit Sean on Twitter and Instagram at Darth Vaderloo.
The Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
fantasy. Be anyone you wanna be. You could be Batman. Even if you weigh 300 pounds, it up in Siri Comic-Con. And Comic-Con. You could be the Hulk. Even if you look like you're 12 years old, that's what a muscle suit is for. You could be Snow White. We all know it's not a comic book. Get up and Siri Comic-Con. At Comic-Con. At Comic-Con. At Comic-Con. Look at Iron Man. That old costume looks so real, man. It probably cost a couple grand. You could dress as Thor. Even if you don't look like a dude, just look at those metal beams. At Comic-Con. At Comic-Con. At Comic-Con.
What, you think your costume is better than mine?
This has been a Valley of Vanderloo podcast production, all rights reserved.
This transmission ends now.